You open one eye. For a second there, you hope the evidence board was just a dream too, but you can make it out in the shadows. You get up quickly, and a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Night 3. Took a little bit of a break, but I'm back now. Sup? How you doing? We got some people that we have here. Let's see, what is this? No newspaper available. See if we can listen to the radio again. Your fingers poised in front of the car radio. You're trying to find something to listen to. Listen to the news. Brought upon nighttime news. Judge bystander brings up the fact the police not released the homeless man. Bro, you didn't know that. There's that clue again. Okay. Cool. There's our clue. There's our clue I got. I took a break. Alright, so we got a girl there. We're gonna need some gas soon, and we also need to probably... We can pick this fuckhead up again. But I don't really want to. What is this? What is this over here? We're going to this. It's a shelter for homeless people from outside the... What? Okay. Guy there, girl there. Isn't she a suspect? Let's go to her. Let's go to her because she might be a suspect. Two teens walking on the sidewalk. One of them has a huge rat on his shoulder. You shudder. What the fuck? Okay, this girl's not that. I'm going to the 17th. Nina Ishiguro. Alright, Nina. Pop in. The door opens, and your next passenger, a woman, jumps into the back seat. Rue de Levis. The voice is shaking. Her mind is elsewhere. Please. You start driving. In the rear mirror, you notice your passenger is shivering. She is clenching a rose in her hands like it might be otherwise fly away. Want me to turn the heat up? She doesn't hear your question. Leave her alone. Tell herself she needs some peace and quiet, so you drive in silence. Your mind wanders, ideas come and go. You think about your investigation. You find that word so odd, so bizarre, and so far from the truth. Your investigation. The avenues, streets, and boulevards all line up, blend together, and eventually become one. Nighttime. Paris looks like Paris. You're overcome with a craving for a cigarette. When you look back at your passenger, she's staring at you. You say nothing for a minute, waiting for her to make the first move. But nothing comes. She looks frozen. You okay? I'm a terrible person. Just terrible. I've known Bryce since senior year. I can't do this to him. She looks away. I just told him no. I said no to the love of my life. She marks a pause, takes a slow breath in. I love him, but he's full of himself and stupid and has terrible manners. My parents hate him and I think he cheated on me, but I love him. He makes a living with YouTube videos and thinks he's smarter than everyone else because he reads self-help books. Fuck, this guy's the real guy. But I love him. He thinks I'm beautiful because I'm of Japanese descent, and he thinks I'm sexy and exotic even though I was born in Syracuse. But she shrugs. I love him. Shit. She almost jumps. Shit. I said shit. Please, turn the cab around. Alright, we're flipping around. Fuck, now we gotta go even farther. Thanks, But she decides not to finish her sentence after all. As soon as you can, you turn around. In the back seat, your passenger can't bear to look at you. She studies her hands instead. You drive on in silence. It's strange, but you like that odd feeling of going back over the same road. Everything seems so different. The buildings have a different perspective. You see them in a new and unexpected light. The passerbys are no longer the same. They've been replaced by others. The lights are on a different cycle, like they know you're coming back. A few seconds later, without even noticing the ground you covered, you pull over in front of the restaurant you just came from. She throws you a shy, almost indiscernible smile. Can I ask you a favor? You nod, slowly. Don't ever repeat what I said. nods silently. In a whisper, she adds, "Thanks." She pays her fare, gets out of the cab, walks up to the restaurant. She tries to catch someone's eye. She stands on a tiptoe for a while. Suddenly, her face lights up. She runs into the restaurant, roses in hand. Nah, we gotta start driving. You turn the key to the ignition and drive away. I don't got time for this shit. I gotta make money. Alright, so she was not a witness. Who the fuck needs me now? We got this fucking asshole. Her, who's like right here. She looks like she's about to like explode. Let's go to her. Let's go to her. I don't know if she's like anyone, but... You're driving along when a strange burnt smell suddenly fills the cab. You look around, sniff. Is it coming from outside? Let's park. As soon as you see a free spot, you pull over and park. You freeze. Something. Someone is in your taxi. A woman's voice resonates around the cab. I can't. I need a better signal. I'm here. I'm here. You turn around slowly. A young woman has appeared behind you. Don't shout. I'm afraid I'll lose the connection. Don't have much time. There's something strange about her face. It's as if she is several different people at once. Listen to me carefully. I come from the future and you must know that you met... She stops moving like a computer glitch. She stays this way, still frozen. Then she suddenly starts moving again. Her reporting has to reveal the existence of underground laboratories. She absolutely must go to Syria. It's essential in delaying the creation of the virus. The teams are currently... She suddenly realizes she just appeared in your taxi. Fuck. We can't seem to stay on target with the timeline we determined. She leans toward you. I have another name on my list. Polly Horo. You've never heard of her. I don't have much information on her from this time period, but you're supposed to go meet her future wife in Canada. Pauline is her eyes tear up. Central to our plan. Your plan? We don't have as much of an impact on the past as we'd like, but we can make a very slight impact. It's like a hand-woven rug. You have to go line by line, very patiently. Pauline and the others I mentioned have a role to play. Her voice fades. And so do you. I do. Yeah. Even Driver. Her voice starts to break up. There's a problem. Shit, our connection is falling apart. An unbearable whistling noise starts coming from the radio. When you turn around, the young woman has vanished. Shit. What the hell was that? The burnt smell slowly fades and you start driving again. We're on the other side of the fucking city because of this bitch. Is he a witness? Who is... There has to be a way to, like, look, right? Like, look. Like, here's, like, everyone in the area, right? Like, we got this fucking asshole. A bunch of these assholes. We have to fucking... There has to be, like, a way to, like, check. Can I, like, escape? What is the Pasidex? Pasidex? Oh, yeah. Met Phil. Met Salim. Yeah, okay, there's him. He stole his documents, yeah. Lock. Okay, I've met a couple people then. Okay, then. So nobody I can really... Okay, let's go to you. She might be something. Hello? Hello? What? Uh-oh. Did the game just break? Hello? Game? Game, are you... Game... Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think the game broke, boys. Alright, I had to restart the game, but I'm back. We have a guy here that we can go look at. I don't know, we got like stuck down here or some shit. It was weird. Let's go to you. I missed the last train. I'm going to St. Quinn. Yeah, that's like fucking like right down the street, dog. We got this. How much time is this gonna fucking take? Okay, we can accept it. You pull up to the sidewalk to pick up the passenger who ordered a cab. You can just make him out, surrounded by 5 or 6 cops, an all too familiar scene. Every so often, the low, ominous tones of an officer's voice make it to your ear. Circle of cops breaks up. You see your passenger, heads over to the cab and gets in. He slams the door and lets rip. Motherfucking cops! He gives you his address and you start the car. The passenger stares out the window at the passing road as if to calm himself. Take a quick look in the rearview mirror. Say nothing. What a fucking pain in the ass, man. Can't go out without getting screwed by each and every one of those son of a bitches. If you're not wearing a goddamn beret, if you happen to be wearing sweatpants, then yeah, right, you're a fucking hood. He smirks wryly, then raises his voice in an octave. Your papers, please. He sighs, his voice back to normal. Yeah, sure. Shove your hands cock up your freaking ass, buddy. Always the same old thing, isn't it? Passenger looks at you and lets out a bitter laugh. You can say that again. Even the Arabs treat us like shit when they're wearing a uniform. A low smile spreads over his face. And you know what's worse? Pulls out a paperback out of his pocket. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. They wouldn't believe it was my book. He returns it to his pocket right away. For a second, you wonder if you imagined it. First thing they asked me was where I had stolen it. You know, like there was no way I could own a book. Then the bastards took the book, flipped through it every single page to make sure I wasn't hiding anything like hash or some other shit. He flinches, something in his features breaks. A crack has appeared. He's trying not to show it, but you see what's going on. You can't help it. The inner struggle. The humiliation. The sense of shame. It's just a book. Say nothing. Passenger is looking out the window. The road passes by. There's very little traffic at this time of night. Only a few delivery trucks and worn out drivers. The passenger catches your eye in the rearview mirror and reluctantly removes something from his jacket pocket. The shape looks like a book, a paperback with a white cover. Everything alright? Yeah, sure. That's all he has to say. Turns his head. The rest of the ride is carried out in silence. You reach your destination, a low building with peeling paint. You pull up to the sidewalk. The young man passes you the money for the ride straight away. Good night, man. He gets out of the cab quickly, then disappears into the building. You start up the cab. Got $5 fucking. Got $5 for sitting on my ass. Should we get gas? That's that guy I was gonna pick up. Let's pick up this fucking guy. We should have enough gas, right? Hopefully this guy's like, not like, yeah, I want you to drive fucking 10 miles outside the city. No, we're going like right there. Planet St. Denis, please. Fair. 9 euros. Alright, let's fucking do it. The passenger climbs into the cab and slams the door shut behind him. Good evening. Planet St. Denis, please. He stops short, visibly sizing you up. Do you know where it is? You nod yes. Avenue des Imagines Grezno, so you know the street? Yeah. He looks at you intently. You know all the streets in Paris? His question drips with disbelief. He knows kind well the sort you'd refer to as the Arab, but not bat an eyelid. Yeah. He seems hesitant. Well then, let's go. You start the cab. The client stares out the window as if hypnotized. You watch him in the rearview mirror. His face is familiar to you, his accent too, though you've never been able to place it. Type of rural region, central France perhaps. Take another look. That's it. You've got it. He was a contestant. Contestant? Yeah, on one of those reality shows where farmers meet women. This man, he uses farmersonly.com. You'd seen him on the show a few weeks before. You watched it from your hospital bed with a distracted eye. But something about it had bothered you. The show was a masquerade. Life in the country seemed from a very Parisian and cynical perspective. I can't speak. It's full of scorn and contempt. Okay then, you figured out who I am? His remark and his accent bring you back to the present. Sorry? You've recognized me, right? So you can make fun of me now? Make fun of you? He shrugs. Yeah, like all those other people do out there on their tweeny thing. Tweety? Takes you a second to realize he's talking about social media. I don't know what you mean by that. You mean you don't know who I am? You hesitate before answering. I don't watch TV. No, that'd be like, oh, so you do know who I am, asshole. Yeah. Let's just say, yeah. I mean, I do, yes. Some kind of reality show, huh? Exactly. Why do people make fun of you? He heaves a long sigh as if letting off steam. His drawl become more pronounced. At first the show was okay, and then I started seeing my face all over TV on other shows, I mean. And then I find out the internet with two N's is laughing at me too. There are those things, I can't remember what they're called. Moms, mams, mims, you know, the pictures that move all by themselves on the damn internet. You have no idea what he's talking about. Say nothing. So I made myself a Tweety account and go and see what they're saying about me, calling me a virgin and a Nazi, that I screwed my cows too. He looks away as if someone else's had spoken words. They practically die laughing. A farmer who... He doesn't want to finish the sentence. So yesterday, I said I'd had it. I called my cousin to keep an eye on my farm and left for Paris. On my way to see those TV jokers right now. 6 months ago, they said if there was any problem whatsoever, they'd take care of it. Well, there is a problem. His anger has subsided somewhat. His face is returning to its normal color. It's the way it goes nowadays. What do you think they're going to do? What's your plan that's awful? Yep, that's the way it goes nowadays. Nowadays? Yes, yeah, with the internet and all that. People do whatever they want. Insult each other, threaten each other. It's all so easy. The passenger has a vacant look in his eyes. He seems to be light years away. Forget it. His eyes half closed. He practically growls the words. There was a palpable air of sadness about him. At first, I told them I didn't want to be in their stupid old show. It wasn't for me. But they insisted. They showed me pictures of the women. He lowers his eyes. And then, well, I said yes. Should never have said yes. Pull up to the address he gave you. Studio gates are still closed. Park the cab and cut the engine. Is it closed? You nod yes. Doesn't open until 6. Point to the sign posted near the gates. He sighs. But there'll be hardly anyone here before 9 or 10 o'clock. I don't care, I'll wait. He rummages through his pockets and pulls out a wallet. Good luck. Gives you a curt nod, his lips pursed. Believe me, they're not going to get away with it. He fixes his gaze on you, his eyes narrow. You know, I'm not racist. His voice is low and raspy. Don't believe the show. I didn't mean what I said, and I didn't really say the stuff either. What exactly did you say? He stopped short. Nothing. He avoids your gaze and all at once says, a lot of nonsense. He fixes his gaze on you, visibly moved. I'm not very good at this. He chokes up, gesturing with a hand as if to make it all disappear. When he starts up again, he's on the verge of tears. Anyhow, I just wait here until it opens. Passenger pays the fare and exits the cab. You watch him for a minute as he starts his vigil in front of the gates. You notice the newspaper on the back seat. The last passenger must have left behind, or the one before. You grab it and put it away. Could come in handy. Then you start the cab. It's back to the grind. $12. Alright. Good. Good, we're gonna need gas soon, homies. We're gonna need gas. We got the newspaper. Let's read the fucking newspaper. You pull a newspaper out from your glove compartment and start leafing through it. Eventually, something grabs your eye. There's a few lines of funny anecdote. A man disguised as Santa Claus has been taken off the roof of a building by firemen. He was highly inebriated and stated he did not know how he had gotten there. During the page had stopped. You've read about a third of the newspaper. Let's keep reading. You stop reading and go back a few pages. You thought you saw something. It's a rather positive critique of a bar called Solis. You make a note of the information of interest. In your line of work, that kind of thing always can come in handy. You only have a third left to read. Just read the whole thing. As soon as you grab the page, you stop. Your instinct tells you to look at. It's a quite involved article about the infamous police leaks affair, who, why, and how they are confidential data are released to the public. The Justice Department is now looking at corrupt and violent cops who are known to be out of the line. Concerned associations applaud how transparent they are being. Yet, the more you read, the more you get the impression the journalist does not agree with their methods. You shut the paper. It'll end up in the trash tonight. If you remember, it's there. Otherwise, you'll spend the rest of its days in your glove compartment. Alright, it's almost time for us to get the fuck back home. We need to get the fuck back home for a second. Let's go. Let's just head home. Fuck it. We're going home. We're going home. Fuck all these people. Fuck everyone. We're going home. We gotta go do some investigations. You now know more about your clients. I've met Nina. Nice. Well, you let Nina be. Yeah, just fucking let her be. My profits were $31. And I lost, holy shit, I lost 100 fucking big ones today, boys. Oh, fuck. And she got there in time, yeah, Nini Ishiguro. Yeah, and I met Janet, who's fucking some crazy fucking lady, like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Take a few minutes to update your board with your new clues. Bus goes by, making the walls shake. You glance at your bed and get to work. Alright. We need to open one of these bitches. Let's hold to investigate. Let's investigate this. Alright. Let's look at the board. What'd that add? New investigation location. Killer's height is that. Yeah, so it's that. It's literally this. So victim 1. So victim 4. So these add up then. So victim 1 and victim 4 both died by someone who was fucking less than 1 M80. Cool. Killed with a bullet in the neck. Yeah, okay. Killer fought with victim 1. So who the hell is victim 1? We gotta find this shit out. Oh, we need more info. More info. Killer knew victims or researched them. So if he knew and researched them, then most man seen around crime scenes 2 and 3. Yeah. Okay. Which guy could actually fight someone though? The only one, dad was a cop, died 2 years ago. I don't know if any of these guys actually like fit the bill. Maybe this guy. Maybe him. Was a promising football player when he was 10. Oh. What kind of football player are we talking? Are we talking European football, or are we talking American football? Because if it's American football, this shit adds up. He could actually kill people with those fucking skills. We got this asshole who's fucking message on the crime scene. Yeah, let's move this shit around, man. Let's move this here, let's move this here, let's move this here. So we got all those for him. This is like kind of here. This can be moved probably like up here. This can be moved over. Here, let's fucking do this. Okay, there you go. His height's fucking that. Just move that. Let's just keep that there for now. Fuck it. This goes in the middle. This is also in the middle. Fuck. Well, no, that's only for him. This is in the middle of those two. Who do we got for this bitch? We got you. Who do we have for you? We got you. But if you fought, I mean, let's see here. How do they fight? this is it right here. How the fuck did they fight with each other? Because they fought with each other, then this guy maybe he shot some man, you know, with a bullet in his neck. Got a weapon. They fought, killed with a bullet in his neck, spent bullet case. You see what I mean? See what I mean by this? That could have easily been something. It could be this guy. We gotta find this fucking asshole. Paul, Marie, you know, here. Where's my phone? I'm taking a picture of all these assholes so I know what they fucking look like. So I know what I'm looking for out there. Just fucking snap this shit. Alright. Just fucking... There we go. There's the picture of it. Now I can sit there and look at it. Now I'll have an idea what the fuck's going on. So let's keep that open. Let's just fucking set my phone. Alright. Let's go back down here. We got time. We can open one of these other ones. Let's open up Victim 2. Alright. 2 clues. Where'd they go? Oh, here they are. This is Victim 1. Victim 2. Stolen wallet. He's a fucking homeless man. He honestly probably just... I don't think it's going to be the homeless guy. Homeless guy is probably not going to be him. But he was around scene 2 and 3. And if Victim 2 was at scene 2... He's probably just looking for shit that he can steal. Honestly, Victim 2 was... It's killed in only spot without CCTV. Who the fuck would know that? Medical examiner. I don't know who would know this actually. Maybe you, because his dad was a cop. Maybe taught him stuff. We gotta find these assholes. Honestly, we gotta find these son of a bitches. Bring them to justice. Other than that, that's it. That's all we got right now. Can we look at the other thing, or do we not have enough time? No, we don't have enough time. All right. And night. The phone rings and you jump. You're not used to hearing it. No one ever calls you. It must be Bousset. Pick up. Pick up. Bousset sounds irritated. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... He pauses. Suddenly hear a ruckus in the background. Probably noise at the station. Bousset raises a voice. Anyone got the time? Hey, guys, anyone? Fuck. They're all Neanderthals here. Listen, it's early and I'm wiped out. So are you, I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? In a calm, methodical voice, you start giving her the evidence you collected. You start with the first suspects, their connection to the victims, the rumors, then the second suspect, and so on. A few minutes in, she lets out a whistle. Not bad at all. Seriously. Should come give some lessons to the zombies I work with. A long sigh. I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi of one of the suspects I gave you. As you listen to her, you turn to the board and pull down the suspect she's referring to. So it's gotta be someone else. She snickers. You know how lucky you are? I'm doing your job for you, pal. Okay, enough chit-chat. I gotta run. I'll call you in 2-3 days, okay? Alright. I'll call you in 3 days, and you'd better have what I need to make a proper arrest. The DA has fangs. They're pretty sure he's going to turn into a werewolf at some point. She babbles on for a while. Her voice becomes softer, but just as sarcastic. That would explain his terrible breath. Come out. She hangs up. You hold the handset to your... What the fuck? You hold the handset to your ear for a while? You have just one thing in mind. Sleeping and forgetting it all. Who got pulled from the board? Is her. Okay. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You open the sofa, lie down. As the day run through your head, streets, passengers, your faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed, your body aches, and you're in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. You hope to find more information. Tonight, even. As soon as you wake up, you shake your head, and your mind wanders for a second. As you're about to fall asleep, you think you hear a voice in the distance. He's crying. You jump up without understanding where the voice is coming from. Outside, Paris is waking up. You fall asleep. Alright, so it's not that bitch then. I was pretty sure it wasn't gonna be her. I was sure. You open one eye. For a second there, you hoped the evidence board was just a dream too, but yeah, you get up quickly. A few minutes later, outside your studio. Night 4. Alright. So we're gonna need gas. Should we go hit the gas station? Who am I looking for here? Is anybody on this list you see that could be... Wait, that's the homeless guy right there. Fuck. Let's go get gas. We're gonna need gas. Hopefully I don't run out of gas before I get there. Nah, I'm not. But we're gonna need gas. Then we're going to him. We're going straight to him. Pull over and stop at a gas station. Not a soul in sight. The fluorescent lights irritate your eyes, and the smell of pee is wafting up from the space between the pumps. It's self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. The mini-mart over there, they must sell newspapers. The man behind the counter must see and hear things. Might be worth asking a couple questions. This place is shady as ever. You're careful getting out of the cab. Pump. Fill the tank. How much do we want? Let's get that much. Yeah. Let's enter the shop. You walk into the mini mart. Behind the counter, a student doing his homework lazily raises his hand. Yeah? Hey, I'd like a newspaper, please. Talk with the clerk. I was wondering. You immediately bring up the serial killer. The cashier looks up, obviously excited by the topic. Got a new clue. Hell yeah. Alright, so we fill up about halfway. Have a good evening. Cold welcomes you outside, and quickly you forget the clerk's unpleasant tone. Let's get the fuck out of here. You get in your taxi and drive away. Yup. That's my fucking life. It's my fucking life. Let's pull up that picture again I fucking put on my phone so we can see what the fuck's cooking here. So we got fucking you. We got you. He was like somewhere over here, right? We might be able to do you. Let's do you and see what you do, lady. Might as well. We're right here. She's going way down there. But that's a lot of cash. Gotta do it. The passenger has been crying. She stares at the floor and gives you an address in the nearby suburbs. You just started driving when her telephone rings. The ringtone is familiar. Yes? There's a pause. Her tone is sharp and curt. Yes, I'm on my way home right now. She pauses, holds her breath. Yes. Another pause. She sounds annoyed. No, I took a taxi. On the other end, the voice gets louder. Who's paying? Well, I am. I don't want to take the bus home tonight. Come on, lay off. A new round of criticism begins. Look, could you just lay off? Yeah, we'll talk about it when I get back. She holds her phone away from her ear, ready to hang up, and pulls it away. Yes, I'm here. She finally glances at you. There's no need to scream. I can hear you. I told you. We'll talk about it when I get home. Say nothing. She rolls her eyes. Oh, come on, my life is not ruined. I mean, I failed one exam. Don't worry, there'll be others. Their voices raise another notch. Get that plane. I'm gonna have to let you go. Yeah, we're about to enter a tunnel, miss. She smiles. No, that was the taxi driver saying we're going to be cut off. No, he seems normal. Mom, I said it's break. She hangs up. Thank you. You hear a ring. Same tune as before. The young woman hesitates, turns the phone over in her hand and decides not to answer. Sorry. No problem. To be honest, I really don't want to go home. My mother is waiting to have a long, very long discussion about my future, my career, all the sacrifices she's made for me. She's a cleaning woman in one of the fancy office buildings at La Défense. And I just failed my bar exam, so she thinks. She stops herself. She's going to make a joke, but something keeps her from doing so. Her smile vanishes. She thinks I'll end up as a cleaning woman in La Défense. The passenger sighs. She thinks I dance too much. Thinks it's Lakume's fault. But mostly, she thinks it's my fault. She heaves a huge sigh. Stares at nothing outside. I studied. I worked hard, but I didn't pass. I just want to believe in all that anymore. I now be warned, what I'm about to say will sound cliche, but I want to be a dancer, not a lawyer. My mother doesn't understand. You must work to earn money in order to succeed. She takes a breath. Sorry, I didn't mean to unload on you. I must seem like a pretentious little princess. Not at all. Thanks. Thanks for lying. She smiles. The address she gave you is not much farther. I mean, I know I owe my mother a lot. I have to stop being so self-centered, blah blah. I have to pass this fucking exam. She clicks her tongue as if to force herself to stop talking. Instead, she keeps going. Mind you, she came to my Lakme performance? What the fuck is Lakme? She pauses, tries to find her words. She saw me dancing when we left. It's kinda dumb, but she didn't say a single word. And I think I've never felt prouder. Her silence spoke 1,000 words. We pull up to her house. She takes her time getting out of the car. I don't know why I said all that, but it felt really good. Thank you. She disappears. Her tears have definitely vanished. I got a tip of $2. 22 big ones. Nice. Gas station there. Alright, do any of these assholes look familiar on this fucking list? We got this fucking... Hey, look, there he is. Going to him. It's that homeless man. Slow down a bit. You've just been hit with a migraine. You crack your window. Icy Parisian air fills the cab. You need the rest. You need coffee. You need to close your eyes. Just a minute. One tiny minute. You don't need to sleep. You raise your head. See yourself sitting in the back seat. Your gut clenches. No. It's more like someone is pulling on your guts out. Yeah. I look like shit, I know. No surprise considering all the crap I eat, right? He smirks. Maybe it's just a smile. You can't quite tell. I've just got one thing to say. It won't take long. You'll be able to get back to defending the weak and the poor right after. And maybe cleaning up your reputation and that pretty face of yours. You're not gonna get the job done. Close your eyes, hoping there's a mirage will vanish. You probably won't be able to help that whore. Maybe you'll finally realize she's just using you. You squeeze your eyes shut, see colorful shapes appear, dance around you, disappear. That's your problem. You always want to help people, but no one ever wants to help you. There's no reciprocity. What are these words? It's all one way. Wait. And that bitch is just like all the others. Say nothing. He ignores you. He raises his voice, not paying the least bit of attention. She treats you like shit. She's threatening you. She's ready to drop you to avoid losing face. I don't get you. They already locked you up once. You want to go back in? I had no choice. His laughter sends chills down your spine. There's something vulgar about it. Seriously, man. You had no choice, whatever. Run, man. Take your taxi and run. My humble advice, but who am I to give advice anyway? You always had a choice, always. Not me, not then. You feel his gaze bear down on you. I don't know what you tell your passengers. Get the fuck out. He shrugs. You're a piece of shit and you know it. Making deals with traitors, sucking dicks so you don't end up in jail. Man, you're the victim here. Be a victim. Use victimhood to your advantage. It doesn't happen every day. That other time you weren't the victim. He flashes his teeth in the rearview mirror. Killing your own brother? Now that's something. He bugs his eyes out, mocking surprise or horror. Pretty hardcore. Shut it. You suddenly feel nauseous. Let me tell you what your problem is. Why I take a drink? You thought you actually had a chance in life. Your gut is burning, like its contents are ready to spew all over the windshield. Like your good grades in school, your faggoty little books, as if the 3 months you spent in college might actually change anything. But you're nothing. According to the people of this country, you don't count. You threw up a little in your mouth. The bile stings your throat. According to the people you protect and drive all over Panem, you don't count. You double over the steering wheel. Your stomach burns, but nothing's coming up. You glance behind you and realize you're alone in the cab. It's just you. ... You wipe the sweat from your forehead and start driving again. The smell of your motor reassures you, calms you down. Don't tell me he's gone. You better not be gone, asshole. Oh, fuck, he is gone. Fuck. Ugh. That pisses me off. Do I know any of these people? No. None of these assholes look like I know them. So we can go to this lady. Go to that lady. Let's go to this lady. Or dude or whatever the fuck that is. Whatever you are. Let's go to it. Oh god. It's these ones again. Oh god. Alright. You recognize the two passengers getting in your cab. A few days earlier you drove them home. They were on their way back from a date with a potential donor. You start the cab. After a moment of uncertainty, they recognize you too. I don't remember which voices I did for this. I think I did like, well, that's a coincidence. We were lucky just talking about you the other day. You were talking about him, not me. I'm just gonna use the same voice for both these fucking people. She leans toward you. Lucille was so embarrassed about the conversation we were having. You must have heard everything. Just part of the job. The young passenger is clearly relieved. Thanks. Sometimes we just forget you are there. It really wasn't very polite of me. Don't worry about it. She gives you a smile. We've just had another date. Speaking of which, Emil? What? He heard the beginning of the story. He wants to find out what happened. Stop it. You're going to make him feel uncomfortable. Don't worry about it. The older passenger acts like you didn't say anything. She talks quickly. Her eyes are shining. She's been drinking again. The guy tonight was gorgeous. Extremely good looking, but extremely stupid too. Although not like the last guy. True, it's funny how people can be both dumb and different at the same time. It's almost fascinating, really. Almost is right. They both burst out laughing. I didn't like the way he was coming on to us. In the first place, it's his reproductive cells we are interested in, not his pretty face. It was as if he wanted to get into bed with both of us. As if? No, that's definitely what he was trying to do. He was dying for a little threesome. They exchanged a brief look, can hardly contain their laughter. Still, it's incredible. We had briefed him a little before. He knew that. He knew why we were meeting him. It was all very clear, no innuendos. It was just so awkward when he talked about insemination by hand. He called it natural insemination, I think. The younger of the two sighs. It's a pity, really. First guy was too proud to share his genes. The second was too busy thinking about his dick. He sure was handsome. Can you believe if our child gets looks like that? Yeah, but that's not what really counts. Yeah, it is. Sure, but it helps. Yeah, fuck, it helps. Yeah, it does. Yeah, a pause. Our kid will be kidnapped in 2 seconds flat. They laughed heartily. Another pause. You almost reached your destination. The older of the two women leans toward you. Do you have any children? Leave him alone. Please, I'm just asking him a question. Do you have any children? No. She seems disappointed, then takes it up again. Would you choose a partner according to the babies you may have together, if you're straight, that is? Her wife rolls her eyes. You could be so embarrassing. No. Done so much for my theory. Her wife leans toward you. Thank you for not engaging. Again, my apologies. Nod. Younger passenger gives you a tense smile. So, what's the verdict on, Phil? Is that his name? Right, Phil. What do you say? Her partner takes a moment to consider. I like him better than Damien, so long as he doesn't get too bold. I prefer Damien. Perfect idiot, but at least he has a brain. The younger woman screws up her eyes. That's not how I would have put it. You have to admit that Phil does have perfect features. Our daughter will be gorgeous. Our son. Yeah, right, or son. You park in front of the women's building. The younger of the two pays the fare. The older woman gives you a wink in the rearview mirror. Come on, just between you and me, what do you think? Are genes and all that such a big deal? Partners opens her eyes wide. Please just stop. Come on, you can tell me. There's nothing worrying about. I don't say anything to that woman. That woman has a name. And she'd like you to lay off the poor taxi driver who didn't ask for any of this. She's not bothering me. My wife drags her out of the cab. Fine, you win. You are a certified pain in the ass. The younger woman gives her partner a final yank and slams the door behind her. She makes a gesture with her hand, both goodbye and an apology. You start the car. I earned $17 from fucking talking to them about shit. Alright, any of these assholes look familiar? Let me whip out my fucking phone. Whip out my phone and look. Do I recognize any of these fucking assholes? We had a guy. We had him. But then I started talking to myself. Unbelievable. Wait, there's a fucking person here. Who the fuck is this? Ew. Is he on the list? No, he's not. What the fuck? We need to go back up this way. We need to go back up toward this direction. So, we can hit her maybe, or her? Do I even want to go and fuck with those guys? Now, let's go to her. Let's go to her. We're gonna skip this fucking lady on the left. We're gonna drive past her. The corner of your eye, you see two bumps in an alleyway. It looks like they're fighting. You think about Harvey. Yeah. Okay, they're going up there, which is fine. Distance 16. Yeah. So we got two fucking assholes in here again. The two passengers getting in your cab can't be more than 17 and are holding board games in their hands. 5 miniatures and a dozen oddly shaped dice clatter on the board as they settle in. The girl speaks to you. You're not an expert, but it looks like her clothes are brand name. We're going, she turns to her friend. Where are we going, Pierre? To Xenofex's hidden chamber? I mean, in real life, come on, focus. I am focused. It's just, I never saw Rodolphe's mom like that before. She was screaming, waving her arms. It was awful. Clear your throat. The girl speaks up. Okay, we'll go to my place then. Atelier, please. She turns to her friend as you start driving. We'll start playing again at home? We can't keep playing. We're missing a player. Rodolphe isn't allowed to play anymore. Oh, fuck. What are you playing? I don't want to play this shit. You know anything about a killer, kids? Well, we're close to finishing. You know full well Rodolphe won't be playing. His mother said he wasn't allowed to anymore, and he never dare lie to her. He's as cowardly as an elf from Veroth. They smile in tandem. You suppose it's an inside joke. You raise your gaze and it crosses the girl in the rearview mirrors. Actually, sir, detect a hint of an accent, very faint, very distant. Have you ever been in a role-playing game? Hell yeah. Wait, what the hell are you doing, Cheyenne? Calm down. A role-playing game? Yes, you play a character, you fight monsters, find hidden treasures. You definitely can't place her accent. We usually have another player, but his mom is a demon. They smile at one another. Another inside joke. It would be really cool if you could play with us. Oh, fuck. God, all we have left to do is take down the big bad guy in the story. Xenofex. And we'll be done. You watch them. Have no fear. I'm the game master and I'll explain everything. Yeah, don't worry. Xanax. I have to drive. You don't have to read or do anything. I'll do everything for you. You just need to make decisions and she'll take care of the rest. Their eyes land on you at the same time. Come on, please, it'd be so cool. There's like not even an hour of game left. And a half hour tops. Xenofex and his guard are already in bad shape. The bastard ran out of his palace to gather strength. We were this close to killing him and he managed to escape. So? Okay. Their faces light up with joy and surprise. Seriously? I mean, fabulous. We're gonna be able to complete our campaign. But you'll have to explain the rules to me. Don't worry, you can play Rodolphe's character. It'll go quicker that way. I'll tell you a story and you can choose what you want to do. Anything I want? No, not anything. It's roleplay. You have to play a role. Be your character, respect his alignment. His alignment? She turns to her friend. You're making this more complicated than it needs to be, Pierre. She takes on a very serious tone, highlighting her accent ever so slightly. Listen, I'm gonna walk you through this. If there's a problem, you roll this die. She points to a small six-sided die. Whether or not you resolve your actions will depend on this die. You roll it each time I ask you to. I'm driving. I'll do all the rolls, don't worry. The important thing is to choose wisely, not to mention your life points. Since we're playing a thief, your character is pretty weak. If you take too many hits, you die. Other than that, I think it's best if you just go with the flow. You'll see, it's much easier than it seems. Okay. I have to tell you about your character. The boy nods. We'll get started soon, don't sweat it. You are Chubak, a chaotic good thief. You're a half-goblin. A half-goblin? Your mother was a goblin. There's these little creatures. Not really mean, more like playful and facious. Okay, yeah. She nods. Her sidekick chimes right in without leaving you any time to process. And your father was a human. Yo, damn. Yo, damn. Just banged a goblin. Fuck. He passes himself off as the avatar of a god of moods, divinity who control half the world the game takes place in. He and his family were all necromancers, evil wizards if you prefer, but we killed him. The battle was epic. Raise your eyebrows. Half-goblin. Thief. Okay. Let's talk about your abilities now. Your character is a thief. He knows how to be very discreet in order to make surprise attacks. He can also pick locks and mug people. Mug people? Pickpocketing if you prefer. Oh, okay. But don't think that will help you much in this case. The girl shakes her head. You never know, Pierre. He wields a magic dagger named the Cobra's Tooth. It can poison anything and anyone. They glance at each other, probably remembering something. You have 29 life points left. This is not that much, and I think that'll do. Pierre, anything to add? Shakes his head with an amused look on his face. Tell them quickly who you're playing so we can start. Sangrenat, a human warrior. Picture Arnie. You nod. I'm just like that. Not much gray matter up top. You're oddly not surprised when the boy sees how puny the boy is. But don't worry, we've been friends for a long time. We've gone through so much together. He shuts his eyes slowly like if he was enchanted by the idea. The girl claps her hands together abruptly. Alright, let's go. Yeah, fuck. Can we hurry this the fuck up? Swell. Narrow your eyes in surprise. The 17-year-old says swell. You're in Xenofax's anteroom. In a nutshell, you've already attacked him, and you used the powers of Magic Ring to weaken him. But he escaped. He's hiding here in an old abandoned fortress. Oh, fuck, dude. She stares at you with a look that says, you on board? You nod. You explore your surroundings with the run of your finger over the heavy tapestries to cover the dark walls. Before you is Xenofex's gate, a vulnerable wall sculpted. Venerable? Yeah, venerable, not vulnerable. Sorry, I'm an idiot. A venerable wall sculpted in the finest wood of Nert, with 3 T's. You know you'll be able to get through it. You'll just have to find some other way. What do you do? Silence. Pierre holds out his hand. You turn, Chubak. Your turn, Chubak. Very well then. So, what do I do? Tell us what you want to do. So, like, take a deep breath. I look for a lock. Good. Girl gives him a dirty look to shut him up. You examine the door, you run your fingers over the thick wood. No lock, no joint, no hinge. Let's roll the die. 3. He looks down at her reading material. Examining the door allows you to conclude that there is a lock somewhere, a magic lock. But where? There's no way to tell for sure. What do? I look around. There's a door in front of you and the tapestries to the side. The boy nods to the game master. And there's something grabs your attention. One of the tapestries seems unusually clean. She watches you. I go in for a closer look. You move forward to see what Chubak is doing. I point to the tapestry I'm talking about. It's strange, really, like someone touched the spot. I got it. I lift up the tapestry. Yeah, the game master smiles at her friend. It's too heavy for your tiny goblin arms, half goblin arms. I respectfully push my thief friend aside, grab onto the tapestry, and rip it off the wall. Remind me how much strength you have again? 22, should I roll? No, you're good. Sangrenat tears the tapestry in two with his burly arms. Ah, fuck, I clicked by accident. Chubak, you immediately recognize it. It's an incredibly powerful magic lock. And used by most powerful sorcerers and liches. Liches? Liches, my friend, are a glitch in the world of magic. They are magicians who have lived too long and have fallen to darkness, violence, and death. He treats himself to a dramatic pause. And remember, Chubak, we already eradicated one many moons ago. Pierre's friend follows his lead. Something feels off, like maybe your friend Chubak is not quite the same person. Having Xenofex nearby is altering him. It's to be expected. Goblins are highly sensitive to black magic. Chubak, this medallion is a magic lock. You know this, but you don't have the key. What are we going to do, Chubak? We can't wait for Xenofex Terrible to come out. Clear your throat. Play along. Indeed, dear, Sangrenaut. Indeed, dear Sangrenaut. But perhaps I have something on me that'll allow me to break or, pick the lock. Like a fucking bobby pin. You suddenly notice the dagger on your belt is glowing just a bit. Hey, Chubak, look. I take it out. Now I throw it on the floor. I take it out. Pull the dagger out with a yelp of surprise. It's burning hot. The higher you raise it, the closer it gets to the medallion, the hotter it gets. The princess was right. She told us the snake was an ally that would open doors for us. Well then, do you dare open the door? You nod. I gather we don't have any choice. If you want to open it, I use the dagger as a key. There is no hole in the medallion, but as you bring the dagger closer to the wall, the stone appears to open so very slightly. The blade slips between the bricks. You turn it slowly. The gigantic door begins to shake. I pull out my axe. The door opens, but not as you imagined. Each piece of carved wood pulls off like it were coming to life. All of a sudden, the coast is clear and Xenofex's chamber is before you. I go in. I stick to him like his own shadow, my weapon raised and ready to fight. You slowly enter Xenofex's chamber. One lone torch lights the room. The walls are bare. There's a desk covered with papers and a locked trunk, a straw mattress upon which your enemy appears to be sound asleep. After searching for so many years, the monster who killed your parents and your friends is right there within arm's reach. Tension builds in the back of the cab. What do you do? I examine my surroundings. You can see perfectly well in the dark. I will now determine how well you can see. You need at least a 4. Die rolls across the board. Oh, a 4. Oh, fuck, we're clutching this, dude. The Game Master immediately takes up her deepened voice again. As you move toward the bed, something catches your eye. Breathing under the blanket. It's repetitive, like a loop, like a string of notes played over and over again on a harp. I stop. What's happening? Sangrenaut? It's not Xenofex. I turn around and cling to my friend Chubak. The shadow emerges from the wall in front of you and slides across the room. It's Xenofex. Yes, the shape stands up. It bears the feature of your worst enemy. I remain on the defensive. The shape resolves itself into Xenofex. He starts to laugh. She uses a deep whistling voice again. You did not fall into my trap. I expected no less of you. Just in a few seconds, Xenofex's back is to the wall. His sharp blade becomes clear. Behind the old, opaque black smoke, you make out the tired and worn body of an old man. Xenofex is old. Xenofex was an all-powerful wizard. He takes on his barbaric warrior voice again, and he won't live a day longer. He raised a wrinkled hand. Her voice changes, she imitating the old man. Wait, I surrender. The boy gets angry in an overly dramatic way. He acts out his anger with an open, frothing mouth. Nonsense. Sounds like a foreign word to the boy's mouth. The Game Master begins to moan. I swear to you, I submit to your power. Your axe and your dagger have sufficiently slashed my flesh and my mana. In a soft voice, the boy whispers, That means magic. And I have no strength left. You hunted me down to the only place I was finally at peace. 2 against 1. I know when to admit defeat. Help me up and I promise I'll go away. She goes back to her Game Master voice again. He reaches toward you, his nails dirty, his hands creased with age, his palms streaked with scars. Magic does that. It wears on people. But don't lose your bearings, Chubak, my friend. This man is a murderer, a tyrant, a demon. I'll leave it up to you, Sangrenaut. I choose, fine then. Closes his eyes and looks terribly serious. I'd kill him with my bare fists if they were all I had left. Breaks out in dramatic laughter. I raise my axe. And I pull out my dagger. At your feet, all shriveled up, Xenofex is shaking. He screams. No, please don't. It comes out in a croak. The Game Master rolls several dice, one after the other without a word. What are you doing there? Nothing, nothing. She slowly raises her head to look at you and her friend. This very moment, time seems to come to a halt. Everything in the room flutters and stops. Everything but Xenofex's shadow. It jumps at Chewbacca's throat. What? His grasp constricts around your neck like the all-powerful grasp of a dreadful bronze python. Huh? You can't breathe, becoming more damaged by the second. The boy jumps with joy. A countdown to death. A what? The boy turns to you, visibly agitated, but with a reassuring smile on his face. It's a new rule in this edition of the game. I've been dying to try it for months. He turned to his friend. You're the best game master ever. The girl blushes a little. Why don't you explain it to our newcomer? In our countdown to death, we each get a turn, and you can only choose one action. Each time you play, you get damage, which means your time before death is limited. Speaking of which, she goes back to her Game Master voice. His incisors are sinking into your neck. You feel your soul being sucked out of you. How many life points do I have left? Game Master leans over to her friend. Where are we on life points? I quickly browses his character profile. He's still at maximum, 29. Good. Claps your hands together. Let's start with Sangrana. See my friend Chewbacca suffocating and I strike. Close combat situation, so if you roll a 1 or a 2, you hit Chewbacca. 3 or a 4 and you miss. 5 or a 6, you reach your target. Don't worry, I have my dexterity bonus. Damn, he's got a dexterity bonus, boys. So +1 on each roll. Die rolls across the board. If you a 2 + 1 makes 3, I miss. Game Master looks relieved. You miss Xenofex, but also Chewbacca. I thought it was over. We were lucky. Your turn, Chewbacca. Now I remind you that Xenofex is strangling you and has your arm in a hold. Pretty hard to move in those circumstances, but not impossible. You clear your throat. If you move, he'll probably tighten his grip on your throat. If you stay still, it might make it easier for your partner to aim. What do? Game Master looks impatient. I don't do anything. Takes a second for the girl to get it. You don't do anything? No. If I move, he'll tighten his grip. I'll move on to the next round then? You nod. Xenofex's turn. Game Master's gaze falls on the meter. Usually in a countdown to death, there's a whole system for residual death and DOT. Reserved for damage over time. Yeah, I know, dots. I play WoW. But we don't have much time left, it would seem. So, she rolls the die. Xenofex is still bleeding you to death. Roll 2 die +5. 4, 6, critical hit. +5, so 15, plus the critical hit. Dramatic pause. 25. That comes to 25 damage points. Pastor looks relieved. Okay, second round of the countdown to death. Pierre, try not to kill our driver, please. He flashes you an embarrassed grin. I'm a warrior, so I strike. Pierre, it'd be a shame for your axe to end up decapitating our poor friend here. I'm role-playing, Cheyenne. Sorry, that's just how it is. Their voices become more distant the longer their argument draws on. Apparently, Pierre's the type that always likes to play the rough guy, and Cheyenne wants her players to have some finesse. Your mind wanders for a while. Pierre and Cheyenne, odd pair. Where exactly are they from? Hey, can you hear me? You're snapped out of your thoughts. Sorry. I said that Pierre missed Xenofex again. Uh-oh. Exactly. But we might still have one chance. The DEM ring. The DEM? Yes, it means... She looks embarrassed for a minute, then spits it out. The Deus Ex Machina. Most importantly... It's a treasure. Fuck, not the Deus Ex Machina. Shit, dude. An all-powerful ring you found on your father's body. It can spark an explosion of fire. But if you use it, well, you die. But Xenofex would die too. You don't quite get what the problem is. After all, it's just an imaginary character. So what do? I use the ring. Yes, great. I've been dying to use it for weeks. An amused grin from the girl. Pierre even wrote several short stories about this ring. I'm a literary guy, Cheyenne. I couldn't help myself. How exactly do I turn the ring on? To activate the ring, you just need to rotate it around your finger. That seems dangerous. I mean, the ring could easily turn by accident and, they just look at you and don't seem very convinced by your comment. That's your action, commenting on how dangerous a magical artifact is? I rotate the ring. The girl grins. The Xenofex's tentacle wrap around your arm to prevent you from rotating the ring. Your fingers touch the metal. She speaks in her Xenofex voice. No, how dare you use your father's ring? Oh yes. How dare you use our family's ring to destroy us? The boy belches with joy. I knew it. Pierre! She collects herself. No, don't do it. I keep going. What? I keep going. I have to rotate the ring. Your fingers grasp the metal. You start to turn it. Once around, twice. I jump as far away as possible. 3 times. The ring begins to burn. Xenofex pulls away from you and tries to retreat. I stop him. The girl smiles. The ring explodes. Tongues and I clicked by accident again. Last thing you see, a sea of fire. Your brother, Xenofex, standing there alone. He reaches out. I move away. Keep your distance as he comes closer. He grows weaker with each step. His skin starts to crumble like burning paper. One more step. His eyes are filled with sadness. She pauses again. Xenofex disappears in a puff of smoke. Dead silence throughout the cab. Wow, that was insane, Cheyenne. Totally insane. I knew it was his brother. I knew it. Chubak came from a family of necromancers. We were lucky our friend did not choose the path of black magic. She stares at you with a funny smirk on her face. As the powerful flames generated by the ring are at last extinguished, silence reigns over Xenofex's fortress. The tyrant, the king of death, is no more. Outside, the sun rises, announcing a new day. In the surrounding towns, bakers begin baking bread. Farmers let the kralorks out of their pens. The boy leans over to you and whispers, "It's like a huge cow with snow on its back. Though no one is aware of it, 2 brave adventurers saved their lives, their town, their kingdom. The night alone knows what transpired." She pauses, closes her eyes, and smiles. The end. It's over? The girl nods. It is. So what happens now? Like, that's me. So what happens now? Well, it's over. We had to finish this campaign. We have practice exams coming up, and then to something. We won't really have any time to play anymore. You hear a tinge of sadness in her voice. But now, right now, it's time to go home. You head towards Palace de Etoile. Back seat, your passengers speak softly. They're reminiscing about previous games. There's a terrible thought forming in your mind, trying to emerge, to break free, but you keep it locked inside. You're not allowed to think about your own brother. That's your rule. Don't think about him, ever. A few minutes later, you arrive at Place de Etoile. It's right there. He points to one of the fanciest buildings in the neighborhood. You pull over as soon as you see a free spot. The girl pays the fare as her friend puts the game pieces and board away. Thank you for tonight. It was really kind of you. Especially since we managed to beat Xenofex, that nasty little necromancer. Got an achievement, boys. For what it's worth, if you enjoyed it, there's places in Paris where you can play, you know. His friend looks at him with amusement. Come on, Pierre. I wanted to thank you. It was really nice of you to do this. Yeah. Thanks for the game. The girl waves to you. With utmost delicacy, they exit the taxi, taking the game board with them. You watch them as they enter the building. You immediately notice the security cameras just above the door to the lobby, which is so well lit, can't be good for the environment. You turn the key in the ignition. Xenofex was... Shake your head. Push the dark thoughts back to the deepest parts of your mind. Strangle it. Close your eyes, clench your eyelids shut. You sit like this for moments before taking a deep breath. $17 for playing D&D. That's it. That's all we got. We killed a fucking necromancer and we got $17 for it. Well, 51 cents was the tip. So, you know. Shit happens. Oh, fuck, wait, I need to go to him anyways. I clicked the right one. I swear to God, if I get stopped again, I'm gonna be so mad. Hey pal, can you help me out? Sure. Dog door opens. It's Hervey, a homeless man like hundreds of others in Paris. You've known each other for 4 years, and every now and then he asks for a favor for you. Drive him someplace. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. As usual, he greets you quietly, though he always seems a little on edge. Hey, buddy, what's up, pup? He has a strange verbal tick that you've never really understood. You start the cab. Passenger in the back seat's whistling a funny dude. Ugh. Sorry, it's late. He's in a pretty good mood. You look good. Yeah, thanks. Some days are like that. Everything goes your way, hey? Belly is full, your buddies are around to help you, you're not cold. Gives you a smile. And then, you know, you get good news. Oh, really? Really? Something you're glad to hear. Well, out with it then. Well, it's my ex-wife. She just got married again, man. A real love story and all that, just the way we like 'em. How'd you find out? She sometimes comes around with stuff for me, she told me. She was embarrassed. She gave me a blanket, a few books, and some canned food. Ravioli. Oh, fuck. Does she do that often? Yeah, from time to time when she comes to Paris. In the rearview mirror, your passenger's face clouds over as if what he was saying had just sunk in. Suddenly, between clenched teeth, he hisses. Whore. You look up. Whore? What? Didn't you just say whore? Passenger smiles slightly. Nuh-uh. Don't worry about it. I was thinking about something else. Suddenly, Harvey opens the cab door. You can pull over here. I don't want you to get in any trouble. The guy in the squat can be a little on edge. Park the car and Herb opens the door. Good night and thanks again, kid. He gives you a smile. A moment later, Herbie vanishes inside a graffiti-covered building. Its imposing Art Deco facade mesmerizes you for a moment, and then you start the cab. Alright, so we got something from him, right? We got the fact that I drive him around a lot. Here's how I think this is going to play out by that. If he's the killer, I'm also going to get arrested because I'm basically helping him drive through these places so he can kill people. You know? Like fuck. You ever think of that? Alright. Are any of these people around me someone I gotta go look at? See here, we got this son of a bitch. Who's this? Who's there? Oh yeah, her. I drove by her. Go to her. Let's go to her. Let's go down to her and see what the fuck she wants. I'm headed to Charles de Gaulle Airport. Oh, fuck. Your next passenger is alone and waiting for you on the sidewalk. She gets in the cab and whispers, hello. She has no handbag or suitcase, just a small handmade sign with an Indian name printed on it. Charles de Gaulle, please. She's young, with a soft, slight accent. Her face shows no emotion. Her fingers play with the small gold chain around her neck. It's the only piece of jewelry she has on. You drive, glancing back at her from time to time. Her head seems to be elsewhere. Everything all right? She nods her head gently, cracking a tiny smile. It's really early. First planes come in are the worst. Everyone's exhausted and half asleep. Yeah, exactly, and she sighs. I must confess, I don't really want to go there. A tiny smile lights up her face for a split second before disappearing. Family? My future husband. Well, future. I've never even met with him. Your accent suddenly becomes stronger. You know this habit well. Just before confiding in you, passengers tend to relax their natural accent. I'm sure he's a great guy, as they say here. Sadness appears in her voice. But I don't know him at all. My parents chose him. It's crazy, isn't it? Are you shocked? No. The sad smile washes briefly over her face. It's tradition, or at least it used to be. My parents are a bit old school, even by current standards in India. I choose to study here and not in England like my sisters. She flashed a smile. I fell in love with Paris and decided to stay. I almost never go home. Actually, this is home now. Anyway, my parents insist I meet him. He decided to make the trip saying he had a meeting as a pretext. My parents insist that I meet him. Say nothing. It's understandable from their perspective. I mean, it worked for them, right? She sensed something bubbling up, anger, before she freezes. Some people refuse to let their emotions out. She slowly regains control of her body. What, day trips would you recommend outside Paris? Nearby? She nods. Versailles, of course. It's really beautiful. Definitely worth it. Her face lights up. Oh, yes, perfect. I'm sure he'll like that. And there's the Fontainebleau. Fontainebleau. There's a huge park. Very wild if he likes hiking. I don't really know. She smiles shyly. You prefer to say nothing. The airport is not much farther. Something about the young woman makes you feel uncomfortable. She looks as if she's about to scream but is holding it in. Time passes and silence fills the cab. Which terminal? The question startles her. Terminal C. 2C, I think. It's supposed to be a nice day out today. Is it an Indian airline? Indeed. Then it's definitely 2C. Flight's coming very early. Yes, very early, thank you. Park the car in front of Terminal 2C. The passenger grabs her sign and exits the cab. She pauses for a second as if she were about to say something. Then she disappears. Fucking dope. Alright. Got cash? Got money? Hell yeah. Is it time to go home? It is time to go home. Boom. You know more about your clients. I've met Grace. Fucking sup, Grace? How you doing? I'm help Grace to hang up the phone. Hell yeah. I help Grace. Fuck, I'm losing so much money. Look at this. I'm going broke. You met Hussein? What's up, Hussein? Bousset? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. So, whatever. Fuck. You take a few minutes to update your board with your new clues. The bus goes by, making the walls shake. You sigh and get to work. Alright, what fucking clues do I have here? Victim 3. Colonel of the Junta. The process, well... Okay, well, that would go with her, but she's no longer a suspect, so it can't be her. Junta, homeless man with an unknown background, briefly worked with Charles Bourgrain, Victim 2 in the 90s. Okay. He stole his wallet? Okay, so maybe it is him. Maybe it could be him then. What? What the fuck did I just do? Time is up. Let's see here. You deserve this. If he stole his wallet, do you think like Bourgrain's like... I mean, I think honestly, I'm probably leaning towards more of this being him. You know? Victim 2 killed an only spot without CCTV. And depends on... So, we need to put him like over here. Because it could be this guy. Victim 3, Colonel of the Junta, the process. Yeah. It can't be her, so who knows about that. Time is up. Now you see, look, if I didn't get this information about this bitch, I'd still be like, alright, she could have killed him, but who knows? Who knows? Alright, let's look at this. Look at this police report. Let's look at this. New clue. Alright, let's look at this fucking new clue. We got spent. Wait, where the hell's this new clue at? You see this new clue around here? Killer fought with victim 1. Okay then, so victims killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Well, who the fuck probably has a gun? I don't think it's gonna be you. It's a gun. I think you just stole the goddamn wallet. I think, if anybody, it could be this guy. I need to find this asshole. Talk to him. Killer fought with victim 1, so killer fought with victim 1 and he fought with victim 3. Who was the first victim? Let's look at this. Victim 1, protected by... Okay, so he was protected by the mayor. He... Oh, fuck. It could really be any of these assholes except him. I have nothing against this guy yet, but these 3, it could be, because if the mayor protected him, He told me in the car that he fucking wants him to, like, he could have hung and died right there. Nobody would have given a shit. Fuck, could have been him. Could have been this guy, because he's got a gun and shit, and it was shot. He was killed with one bullet in the neck, and he's the only fucking suspect that has been shown to use a gun. And if he's fought these guys, most likely he shot them with a goddamn gun and left a fucking bullet case. Just saying. Oh, Jesus Christ. Heard at a gas station. Yeah, this is it. Colonel of the Junta process. Victim 3. Colonel of... Yeah, okay. So I heard that at the gas station. Autopsy reports. Heard in your taxi. It's protected. Okay. Heard on the news. Homeless man seen around a couple crime scenes. Killer case. Killer left messages of chalk. Okay. Well, you sure it's the killer that left the chalk or someone else? You know? With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face, and you sign the sun for a bed, and put your name right over your head, the strange patches, your faces, yeah. All the same. All the same. You open one eye, and leaning back, taking a drink. Fragments of a dream are still lingering. Strange animal, half deer, half seahorse, is trying to kiss you on the mouth. What the fuck? What the fuck? You get up quickly to forget all that, and a few minutes later, you're outside your studio. What the fuck kind of dream? We're gonna need gas again. Fuck. Let's get some gas. Fuck, we're gonna run out of money. What happens if we run out of money, dogs? Fuck, maybe we need to start being picky about our fares. You pull over and stop at a gas station. Yeah, not a soul in sight. Right to irritate your eyes. Self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. And behind the counter. Yeah. Alright. Let's see here. Let's spend $25 again. Let's go to the shop. Walk into the mini mart. Yeah, clerk. Let's talk with the clerk. I was wondering. You immediately bring up serial killer. Cashier looks up and we got a clue. Cool. Alright. Guy behind her looks at you as you leave. Yeah. Off and a fucking way, dude. Get in your taxi and drive away. Yeah. See you, dog. Let's listen to the news right quick before we start shit today. Who's this? That's just some guy. Alright. Fingers pressed on the radio car. Let's listen to the news. You're having upon the nighttime news. At one point, the anchor interviews a criminologist and refers to a note found at the crime scene and the third murder. The words "time's up" were used by political opponents of the Argentinian junta. As soon as the news is over, you turn the radio off so that the cab is silent again. Okay. What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. That guy looks rich. Let's go to him. We need the cash. Peter Watson, DJ Watson, Corvelo. Holy fuck, you're going far. Alright, let's fucking go. The door opens and your passenger collapses into the back seat. His eyes are hidden behind a pair of large dark sunglasses. His clothes reek of sweat and booze. A clubber. He mumbles his destination and you start driving. The words are exchanged, the weather, taxes, traffic. Then you can tell it's coming, the inevitable conversation about the killer. Some bits of information, rumors, things overheard. Make a mental note of what you heard, who knows, might come in handy. Your mind wanders, your eyes vaguely scan the store windows. Sodium light coming off the street lamps feel like it's dripping into your mouth or brain. Same thing. You falling asleep? You need a bit of music to keep you awake. Ask your passenger. Glance at your passenger. Mind if I put on a little music? Waves his hand as if to say, who cares? You turn the music radio on, pressing on the dial to find the station you like. 80s rock ballad, too soft. Behind you, your passenger is snoring, barely, but you can hear him. Gregorian chant, mind-numbing. Some slow rap song filled with fake female orgasm noises, not with a passenger in the car. Two journalists discussing new evidence in the investigation into the judge's murders. The information they share, saloon talk, nothing more. Seems important nonetheless. An ad interrupts the torrents of words. You change the station. Classical music, again. The flute grates on your ears. Electronic music, you like the rhythm, but they just aren't in the mood. Stop. You lift your hand from the dial, the music plays on. Not bad. Turn it up so I can hear better. He leans forward. Not bad at all. You hear the touch of an accent, probably an American, or someone who's lived most of his life in France. Leave it on until they say the musician's name. The music continues. There's something turning in the background. Persistent melody that gets higher and higher. Your client mumbles. I bet. The song is coming to an end and the announcer, in a piercing foghorn voice, throws out the name of the DJ you've never heard of. DJ Blunt. I knew it. You famous? Yeah, quite actually. I taught that dude everything he knows. Everything. In '94, at a party in the Rex Club, there was this kid who started buying me rounds. Waves his hand around. A kid, no older than 17. Thought he was hitting on me. He chuckles. I wouldn't have been disappointed. He would have been disappointed. He shakes his head. No, he wanted me to teach him how to spin. I told him no, you can watch. That's what he did every week until we moved to the Osiris. He sold X to pay his way in. He briefly snickers, and now he's on the radio. Silence fills the cab, weighted silence. You can tell your passenger's mind is spinning. You know what he did this summer? He was the opener for a soccer championship at Stade de France. It was huge. Wonder what people think they knew if he was selling drugs at 17. He lowers his voice a bit. If only they knew. Your passenger clams up. Keep an eye on the road. You notice a woman crossing the street at the crosswalk. She speeds up as she walks by two men talking loudly. They ran into each other at the Ibiza 4 or 5 years ago. You almost jump at the sound of his voice. I was spinning in this little club. Yeah, really little, but it was something. He totally ignored me, of course. Even with those dark glasses, you can see how angry he is. DJ motherfucking cunt. He suddenly starts waving his arms around. He rummages through his pockets as he says, your radio. Can it take a flash drive? You glance at your radio. You don't really know what he's talking about. No, only CDs. No worries. He lays his phone in the space between the two front seats. Listen to this. It's what I play tonight. It's mine. He sets his phone to play, but people were barely dancing. A drum machine playing a hard edged beat in the background. They were talking to each other's talking. What am I saying? Dude, I'm getting too tired to play this game right now. I can't even read. Four Note starts to dance in the cab. They barely touch, never kiss anymore. The perfect dance beat becomes progressively audible. All that. The purely electronic crescendo plays. It is over. There's a break in the music. Synthesized strings calm the song down without slowing it down, at least. The song is getting intense again, explodes as your passenger drifts off. I got people dancing. What is the car doing? The song keeps going forward for another minute, then stops. Passenger doesn't budge. You drive to the rhythm of his snoring. The sound fills the cab. Ideas are bouncing through your head like they do every time you find yourself alone. This guy in the back seat is too old to be young. You look at your own hands. They look like they're suddenly aging in time lapse. Close your eyes a second. Only a second. When you open them, you've reached your destination and you have pulled over to the sidewalk. You tap your passenger's knee and he wakes up with a start. Shit, yeah? We're here, sir. Ah, yes, great. He rummages through his pockets and hands you a few rumpled bills for a fare. Thanks. Hope you liked it. Silence. The music, I mean. My music. Song I played you. I should have been in the spotlight, you see. 15 minutes of fame. Just a minute of... He stifles a burp. You hear him mumble as he leaves the taxi. Throws a whiskey and Organina's really screwing my system. Oranganina's? What the fuck is it? What is this? What is this shit? You see him stagger towards his building. It takes him several tries to get the door open. He finally disappears inside. You heave a long sigh. Okay, come on. 33 bucks. Fuck. Okay. Do I know any of these assholes? Let me look at my phone. Let me look at the picture. No one. Well, actually, this guy kind of looks like one of the guys. I don't know. He kind of looks like one of them. Let's go fucking look at this guy. We can see what he's doing. I'm gonna have to stop doing the voices though. It fucking fucks up how I'm saying shit, and then they get to words that I can't fucking pronounce because I'm an idiot. ... Alright, dude. Sure. You double park and wait for your next passenger to slide into the back seat. He looks at you like he appreciates you in your taxi. Gives you his address. You start driving. Few words are exchanged. The weather, taxes, traffic. Then, you can tell it's coming. The inevitable conversation about the killer. Some bits of information, rumor, things overheard. Make a mental note of what you've heard. Who knows? It might come in handy. Boom. Passenger doesn't make a sound for the next few minutes of the trip. It doesn't bother you. You have enough on your mind. Your investigation, the judge, Bousset. You're overcome with a craving to smoke. You nod slowly and glance at your passenger. Calm and still. He seems very far away. Everything okay? Yeah, thank you. He slowly turns his head towards you and gives you an odd look, like he's disappointed you're talking to him. He watches you closely for another minute and turns back to look out the window. Keep your eyes on the road. Silence becomes heavy. All of a sudden, you feel a strange sense of what the fuck? Alright, we're gonna sound this out. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna do it. Camaraderie. Fuck, really? That's camaraderie? Fuck, I'm reading too fast. With your passenger. You look at him quickly in the rearview mirror. He doesn't look familiar at all, and yet it's like you know him. Yeah, because he's the fucking guy. It's a guy. I can fucking see it. A second later, an outside light shines on his face at a weird angle. Looks like he's smiling. A few seconds later, you drive down his street. He straightens up a bit. You park in front of the number he gave you. He pays his fare without a word. The door opens slowly and he smiles at you. You can tell it comes from the bottom of his heart despite how uptight he is. You're a really swell guy. You weren't expecting that. By the time you collect your thoughts, your passenger is already far away. He disappears into a building. A moment goes by before you turn the key in the ignition. Alright. Profits. $12. $12 fucking dollars. That's gonna be taken away from me because for whatever the fuck reason. Do I know you? Hold on. Gotta look. Nah, I don't. Wait. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. I do know you. Going to him. Going to him. Three teens are running on the sidewalk left you. They yell and insult each other. Someone throws a beer bottle, smashes at a car. What the fuck? A bunch of savages. Yeah, I'm too drunk to drive. Look at this. $26 fare. And I'm gonna get some info about the killer. Let's fucking do this. Pull up in front of the address the central office gave you. A crepe? Yeah, it's crepe. A crepe joint. Quite popular one by the looks of the line spilling out the door and onto the sidewalk. You sit for a moment. Door opens and a group of 30-somethings come into view. All the men and women are dressed alike, sporty running shoes, jeans, small shoulder bags. They're officers from the Paris anti-crime squad in plain clothes. You sigh. They're brutish types. One who likes to race, tackle, clobber. Ones who ruin the afternoons you spend wandering around Paris in your teens. After a bit, one of them pulls away from the group and comes over to your taxi. He opens the door and collapses onto the back seat. He is stocky and of Asian descent. You can see his muscles through his thick winter clothes. He smells like crepes and hard cider and his face is bright red. Hey, what's up? I live near Turnez. He chuckles as one of his colleagues rushes over to the taxi and pulls an imaginary gun from his coat. He points to his badge and screams at you with a big smile on his face. What a douchebag. The other cop eventually backs off and you drive away. Sorry, man. We're having a going away party for a colleague and celebrating Christmas, too. Yeah, no worries. The passenger smiles and puts his finger back on his temples. I drank too much. Shit. I'm a lightweight and they knew it. I think they were trying to loosen my tongue. His behavior changes abruptly, like he's just seen a ghost. One question. Yeah. Do taxi drivers have some sort of policy or ethics code? Not sure I understand. Like priests or doctors? If I tell you something, can you keep it to yourself? He starts speaking before you even have a chance to reply. I've been lying to my colleagues for years. I joined the squad 8 years ago, and they all think I'm in a relationship with a woman who lives in Strasbourg, and that we were going to get married. He makes a strange yelping noise like an air bubble bursting on the surface of a river. As soon as they get too close to Strasbourg, I start making up stories. We've almost broken up 10 times. I convinced them we were trying to have a kid, but it hasn't worked yet. He sighs. Fuck. Saying it out loud is just the worst. His eyes getting shiny. Yeah, this is the dude that's gay, right? Yeah, I'm gay. Yeah. A deep breath. I'm getting married in a few weeks to my boyfriend. Oh, look at you. Another breath, longer, deeper. No one at work knows, not a soul. The next sentences come out in a rush. He holds his breath the whole time. I like men. I've always liked men. But I work in a police station and listen to their comments, their jokes all day long. We catch a guy who's never done time before. We tell him briefly what he should expect. Talk about the violence, about the finally breathes in again. We say we because I'm in on it. Because I can say fag any time of the day without any prompting. The word rolls off my tongue completely naturally. Fag. He finally looks you in the eye. They're not mean. Who? He shakes his head. My colleagues aren't mean people. They're cops, not mean, just doing the job. He manages to flash a tiny crooked smile. You know what I'd really like? He pauses. I'd like to have them over for dinner. Everybody on the squad. They could see my place, could play a board game, something normal, you know? And they could meet James. He's your husband-to-be? He takes a moment to think about your question. Yeah, soon. He smiles. Ah, fuck, I fucking clicked too fast again. Can you believe it? We're getting married in 2 weeks. After living together for 9 years. For 9 years, he's been willing to live in a lie. He understands? It's wild, but yeah. He knows I love my job and couldn't possibly do anything else. He loves me enough to let me keep lying. He slowly shakes his head. But I can't go on like this. I have to. He freezes. Shit, my head is spinning. I don't feel so good. Why am I telling you all this? Why? Grabs onto the seat in front of him. Hey, can you pull over? You stop immediately. He opens the door and leans the top half of his body out. He throws up. You open a window, and I got an achievement, by the way, to air out the greasy smell of fried crepes and the sour scent of cider. A moment later, the cop sits back up. Okay, I'm all set. I got it all out. You start driving again. I'm really sorry. It's alright. I hate all that. These sausage parties, cheap alcohol, the lies. You nod while your passenger moans and quietly says, I'm sorry. Don't worry. Pauses to catch his breath. Shit, I haven't barfed like that since last Easter. Then you drink this South African liquor, something with cream and cocoa. Nasty. You can still picture it. I was doing shots while they shouted my name. Karate Kid, Karate Kid. Karate Kid? He seems uncomfortable. It's my nickname on the squad. Karate? Yeah, I was a judo champion. And I'm a gook. So, he runs his hand along the side of his body like he's showing it for the home shopping network. So, Karate Kid. Yeah, I know. Makes no sense. Say nothing. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. It's racist. You remain silent. I can't argue with that, but he stops. Everything's spinning again. Can you Got pulled over again? Holy shit, how much is this dude gonna fucking throw up? A repeat of last time. He opens the door, leans his head out, his torso, his arms. Sound makes your stomach churn, so you stare straight ahead. Can I ask you a question? More puke on the sidewalk, a little inside the vehicle. Go ahead. Fine, shoot. He sits up, prompts you to drive. So here goes. What should I do? Should I keep on? Should I confess? Should I invite them to my wedding and surprise them? He pauses. It's a long one. Be straight with me. What would you do if you were me, if you were in my shoes? I think you're being hard on yourself. You're hurting yourself rather than trying to solve the problem. You're not going to change your sexual orientation or leave your husband, so there aren't a ton of alternatives. You have to find a new profession. You have to leave here. You have to tell them. Tell them, wow, I've got to tell them. Yeah, he looks you in the mirror. Can you take me somewhere else if you don't mind? I don't mind. Colleagues are at a bar. I'll go see them. Tell them everything. If I don't do it now, then I'll never do it. A smile of relief spreads across his face. It's just not the alcohol talking. Yes. But I think it's about the 10th time I've gotten wasted this month. You're right. I'm hurting myself. He gives you the new address. I need to tell them now. I feel terrible, but I think I'll feel better if I speak to them directly. His headache is apparently back and has knocked him out a bit. You're used to having drunk people in your cab. Actually, the majority of your Saturday night passengers are drunk. I don't know how to tell them about all this. From the tone of his voice, you can tell he's beginning to panic. I don't think I'm ready. Say nothing. Your passenger stares hard at you. You can tell your silence is giving him doubts. I want to go to the bar. He seems determined despite his shaky voice. I want to tell them about James. You're going to say something when he cuts you off. My mind is made up. He smiles briefly and you turn back towards the bar. For the remainder of the trip, your passenger is silent. From time to time, he massages his temples. His headache is persistent. When he sees you watching him in the rearview mirror, he raises a hand. Everything's fine. It's cool. He smiles like someone slowly sobering up. Wearingness placing the alcohol, stress taking over, giddiness. You stop the car, your passenger waits for a second. Then all of a sudden, like he just woke up, he realizes you're at the bar. Already? Yeah. He pays his fare, but is frozen in place. A piece of advice. Pay the first round. Yeah, that's a good way to start. He sighs. I'm so scared. In any case, he flashes you a grin. Thank you. I don't quite remember what I said, but thank you. He jumps out the taxi so quickly you'd think someone kicked him in the ass. You follow his stocky figure with your gaze. He goes into the bar, looks for his friends, and waves. You drive off. Alright, $33. That's not bad. That's not a bad haul. Alright, where's my next client? We got fucking, like, Corella DeVille and fucking Beats by Dre. Anybody else? Alright, let's go to Corella DeVille. She's closer to the house, and honestly, I'd rather just be close to his home. I have to get back to the 16th. Oh, fuck, we're going way down here. Fuck. Okay, fine. Next passenger getting in your cab enters in a cloud of extremely heavy perfume. Yeah, it's Corella DeVille. It's a well-known scent, one you've seen advertised on Champs-Élysées. The woman must be in her 50s. She has impeccable posture. The fur she wears around her neck must be worth several days' pay. She opens her mouth. Good evening. Before you start driving, I just need to tell you something very... She pursed her lips, attempting to stifle the word that is about to come out, then raises a finger. Shit. Whore. She continues to look at you, the same smile frozen on her face. She just shouted gibberish at you, but her face hasn't budged. It's like she isn't even aware of what she said. She purses her lips even harder. I doggy foreskin. What the fuck? She shakes her head. I am truly sorry. And please, hear me out. You're so taken aback that you find nothing to say. I'm suffering from major emotional trauma. It seems to have triggered very strong verbal episodes. They're exhausting, to be honest. I hope you can understand. So, she's got Tourette's. So the fucking person who's got in my goddamn taxi has Tourette's. Please know that I don't believe a single word that I'm saying. Okay, she smiles. Tiny dick? Whoa. It's my husband. She shrugs. Married for 25 years, 2 kids, a house on the coast, all sorts of fun plans for the future. Then, a sad smile flashed across her face. Eat shit! She looks at you. Yeah, I'm used to it. Thank you for understanding. She grins for just a second. Here I am, discovering how to live alone for the first time at 50. Crazy, isn't it? Toilet brush up your ass. It's really not so easy. You bite your cheek to avoid laughing and start driving. Yeah, fuck. This is funny, dude. This is funny. This is fucking funny. With a bit of luck, your passenger won't say anything for the remainder of the ride. Your passenger sighs. Do you know what I did today? Glance at her in the rearview mirror. No idea. Well, dear sir, I opened the bank account. She flashed a smug smile. In my own name, fucking bitch. She takes a moment. I'm happy for you. Thank you, shit. My husband never thought I needed one. You took care of everything. It was easier. She shrugs her shoulders like if it was all of no importance. Double fuck. Get it? You know, how terribly complicated all this paperwork is? All these contracts, page after page of tiny print? The woman at the bank was charming, very instructive. 4-legged slut. Her face is clouded with sadness for a second. I could tell, of course, that all this... She points to her face. What is this music? What's this music? All this bothered her. Bitch, cunt, slut. That's probably why they didn't want me to open my account in our old branch. She looks out at the road passing by. An awkward silence fills the cab. Well, I don't know. This music isn't awkward at all. Your passenger puts an end to it, her voice slightly croaking as she speaks softly. Both my children had bank accounts before I did. Isn't that unbelievable? And my daughter, she told me 1,000 times that it wasn't normal dick that everyone should have a ass, that the 1940s were over, and I blew her off, you see. I was happy with the way things were. Her eyes grow hazy, her lips purse. How'd it work? Well, pussy, my husband gave me cash. Took care of any major expenses himself. She shrugs and seems slightly annoyed by the question. I don't really know why, but I never felt the need to have my own bank card. Not when we got married, nor after. Tiny dick. You get the impression that the last outburst wasn't quite like the others. It almost seemed intentional. You know, I've never paid rent. Not a shadow of pity in her voice, simply an observation. I'm starting a completely fuck new life. Amen. I have to sign papers and send letters and documents proving I actually live where I say I do. It's odd. She heaves a strange sigh. I'm starting a new life, like I was on the run and hiding behind a false identity. Quite dramatic, isn't it? Hamster up your ass. Okay. She smiles crookedly, but it's so fast you almost miss it. You're not far from your destination and your passenger appears lost in her thoughts. The trip continues in silence for a few minutes. Bitch. Almost. Until you pull up in front of your client's place, she almost jumps when you speak up. Here we are. Yes? You know, diarrhea. My parents live just a little further up the street. She lets the sentence hang in the air like she's learning the fact at the same time as you. Actually, I lived my whole life here. She pays her fare. The bills are brand new, spanking clean. Good night and good luck, sir. Syphilis. And she gets out. You watch her until she disappears in the lobby of her building. What in the fuck did I just... Who the fuck did I just drive? Alright, I think we have time for like one more. Oh boy, look who it is. Fuck it, let's go to him and lose all my money. I need a ride, cabbie. Yeah, fare's $24 fucking dollars. But he's poor, so he's not gonna be able to play it. The door opens. It's Hervey. Greets you with his bizarre verbal tick as usual. Getting damn cold out now, Al. Hi, Herv. Is it Herv or Hervey? Harvey? I'm just gonna call him Herv. You start the engine. You look in the rearview mirror and you realize that the homeless man is clutching his left side. Well, alright already, Freddy. Is everything alright? Gives you a vague answer. Yeah, sure, fine. A pause. Can't help making a face. Insist. You're really not looking... Don't worry. Got in a little fight last night with this guy. But that's all taken care of now. All taken care of. He smiles, revealing a row of bad teeth. What kind of fight? With a wave of his hand as he changes the subject. Bah, who gives a shit about what kind of fight it was? All you need to know is that he took something that belonged to me and he paid the price. He closed his eyes a moment. So yeah, he wasn't all that bad. But if you let someone steal your stuff, you're done for sure. You have to show him you're tough, that you're a big shot. He pulls a sour smile. Sometime later, your passenger clears his throat. You wouldn't happen to have a little something to drink, would you? You know, like they do in those newfangled cabs these days? Chauffeur-driven cabs? Yeah, that's right. I don't have anything, sorry. He nods. I don't mean water, you know. You smile. I realize that. Ah, he sighs. Usually you're not such a pain. Say nothing. He loses himself in thought. As you drive along, you see him struggling to keep his eyes open. They are more often shut than open now. Say nothing. The passenger gives you a sleepy smile. Hey. Serious. You don't mind if I get a little shut eye on the way, do you? You nod. Enjoy. He gives you a smile, but it's still a painful grimace. Next thing you know, he's sound asleep. You continue to drive in silence, soothed by the warm air of the car heater. You pull up in front of the nondescript gray building. Your passenger immediately wakes up and looks around. Shit, this is great, I'm first. Where are we? The organization hands out clothes for the winter. I heard they were going to open a new... A pause. He's searching for the right word. A new shop, you could say. I'm the first one, huh? When's it open? 2 days from now? Your eyes widen. Passenger gives a little laugh. Don't worry, I have plenty to keep me busy. He pats his pant pocket. Found some books. One on yoga, and then a book by some old handsome dude. You know, the guy who talks the radio? It will help me pass the time. Gives you a tap on the shoulder and he reaches for the door and stops short, overcome with a spasm of pain. Fuck. You okay? Yeah, don't worry. Taking you to the hospital? Look, I take him to the hospital, but I don't have the money for it, so take care. You shouldn't worry like that. I make do. He gives you a funny smile of like a little force, like you both know it's a big lie. He opens the door and climbs gingerly out. You should turn up the heat in your car, yeah? We'll freeze our asses off. Next thing you know, he's disappeared down a dark side alley. You sigh and start the cab. Fucking $20 and I got nothing from it because he's poor. Because he's a fucking homeless man. Why am I driving around a homeless guy? Unbelievable. I've met a fucking DJ. Yeah, I've met a DJ fucking start balance. Oh, dude. Oh no, here it comes. Oh no. Oh god. Oh boys, look at how much money. Okay, you know what? Profits. I didn't actually lose that much money. I actually made a lot of fucking money today. I've met a lot of people. Alright. Take a few minutes to update your board for your new clues. Neighbor flushed the toilet. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see the pipes shake. You take your shoes off before getting to work. Okay, what the fuck? Victim 4. Okay, so we got victim 4, which connects to both of them. Heard in your taxi, responsible for Richardson scandal, never trialed. Fuck. Suspect, member of the Prospect. Okay, so another one. So really, like, these ones are like looking towards that. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? Honestly, it could be like, oh fuck, I don't know. I don't know shit. I don't know anything. I'm trying to match up these clues. Message on this link to the process. Who the fuck? Look at all these process ones. And it would all link to probably her. But she's not it. She ain't it, Chief. Then who's it? Is it you? You part of the process? Cop in Paris. After Richtenden health scandal. What the fuck is this health scandal responsible? Never trialed. Fuck. I have no idea. I have no idea. We got nothing. Alright, in the night. A heavy hand, you have a tired face, lie down so bed, and creaks, next day, and the sleep passes, their faces. All that shit. Hoorah. You open one eye. You slept badly. Sometimes you're so tired you can't seem to get any rest. You'd like to understand how that's even possible. Get up quickly. A few days later, you're outside of your studio, night 6.